Upworth Co-founder and CEO. Today, I'd like to present to you our mortgage analytics module and explain why it's a much better solution than using your banking app. As usual, let's start from the main dashboard that it's going to track. From here, we go down to the liability part and we can double click on the mortgage module. In this mortgage module, I'll show you 4 sections. The borrowing capacity section, an overview of all your mortgages and the ability to refinance with a live estimate of your savings, a graphical section where you can look at your mortgage debt stack and your repayments over time, and then all the details about every single mortgage if you really want to go hardcore into it. Let's get started from the top. What we created here for you is an estimate of your total borrowing capacity, which you can see here, a bit more than 1 million for this user, how much of it has been used, almost all of it, and how much is left. And what is the corresponding extra expense per month if you were to borrow that extra capacity at the prevailing owner-occupier home rate for 30 years. How does it work? Basically, at the moment you self-report your living expense, your salary, and we do the rest. Just remember that it is an estimate. At any point in time, you can decide to apply for a mortgage here by clicking or booking a call with us, and we will review your personal circumstances for free. But it's a good North Star to know what's possible. If you keep going down, you'll see the section Your Mortgages. What we show here, for every single mortgage you enter or you connect in Upworth, is a quick visual representation of the total loan principal, how much is still due, here in pale blue, and how much you've reimbursed. On the right side, we'll show you your current variable interest rate. When you have a fixed part, it will also show up the corresponding monthly payments. What is the best available rate? Here we're not showing it because a refinance has already been requested. When a refinance has not been requested, we show to you very simply, here you're paying $850, $598 is available. This will be the monthly repayment. And even better, we let you actually click here, and in a simple click, you can initiate a loan refinancing journey. We'll go down to the next section, the graphical representations. I quite like those. They are a bit of an innovation of our product. Look, the first one is what we call the mortgage repayment schedule. What it shows to you is across all your properties or across a selected property, let's say, for instance, your Invest Queensland loan, what is every month now and in the future, the total repayment for that loan. Let's say October 27th, with the current interest rate, you'll be paying every month $2,044. Principal is $557. Interest, including insurance, if you have one, will be around $1,487. So we split. We also show to you the true cost of your mortgage. That's another way to look at it. As you can see, you start by repaying pretty much interest and then principal as time accrues. We can show it to you monthly, or you can decide to look at it per year. So for instance, in 2028, you'll be paying in a single year about $24K for that mortgage. It's a very simple, sort of like easy to navigate view. And you can decide to look at several mortgages at once or a single mortgage on a monthly or yearly basis. And it adjusts when you have an offset account. For instance, here, you may wonder, it's a little bit weird. I was paying more in principal and all of a sudden it looks like I'm paying more interest. Yes, well, probably what has happened with this user here is he had an offset account with a bit of savings in it, and he probably withdrew money. So he's still paying the same amount every month, but he's paying, relatively speaking, more in interest, less back in principal. If you keep going, another nice visual representation is basically the stock of debt that you owe at any point in time. So here, across all your properties, at that point in time, let's say in September 24, you'll be owing around north of $2 million, a bit more than 1 million in principal, almost 1 million in interest. Again, you can decide to look at it for a single mortgage, and we'll tell you, look, this is how it looks like. If nothing changes for this mortgage, this is the amount of total interest from now until the end that you're going to pay and the amount of total principal you're going to pay. I really like that one because it actually tells you, here is the total cost of this loan beyond the principal and the money you've borrowed. And at current interest rate for this user, as you can see, is actually paying more in interest than he is in principal. which then begs the question, how you do reduce expense? This is where we can help. And in a single click, you can initiate a refinancing and discuss or explore the shortening of your mortgage duration, which can allow you to reduce interest cost. Let's move to our last section. Here, you can see it's quite detailed. And in fact, you can decide to like roll this up and, collapse it and say, look, I don't want all these details. I just want the headline. But if you want the details, really here it's for the most hardcore users. We want to show full transparency about your mortgage in a way that you may not be used to, but that you very much are eager to have a look at. Let's take this loan as an example. We'll tell you if you have something on an offset, if there's an offset, in this case, zero offset balance. Linked to this, how much are you saving every month when you have an offset? What is the type of mortgage? That's a principal and interest. And more interestingly, we'll analyze every tranche of your mortgage. Here it looks like this user has no fixed rate tranche. It only has a variable rate tranche. Is this pretty much the percentage he has reimbursed, eyeballing? He still has like 272,000 more or less of principal due. This is the sum of all interest he's going to pay over the lifetime. This is the interest rate that he's currently paying. Total monthly payment around 2,000, made of interest mostly at the moment, little bit of principal. So we break this down for you. We will show you the true cost of insurance. Is there way to be an insurance in there? In this case, it looks like there's no insurance. We give you a sense of how much is left, about 20.8 years in that one, 21.8, sorry, and the LVR. So you need to connect your property, and we'll automatically give you a sense of what is the LVR on that mortgage. Coogee main loan, same system. So here probably the user did not connect the property. LVR shows up as 0. Here, an example, interesting one where you do have an offset, and we show you the offset savings. You can see here the offset balance beyond my lovely picture. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed the module. Really, what I love for you to take away is the power of this module. It's really like a hub where you can know how much you can borrow and is left of this directionally. You can have like a cut-through view of all your mortgages in all its details and characteristics. You can look at this with a true cost picture across time, and you can even be alerted about potential refinancing opportunities at that time, saving significant money. Thank you so much for your attention. Bye-bye.